Hey, back off! Back off! Go away!
Today I'm taking you on a journey through the wildest lands of South America. From dense jungles to sun-scorched plains where ferocious creatures lurk in every shadow ready to unleash chaos. Every trigger, pull every heart-pounding chase, and every life or death moment happens in the blink of an eye. It's all waiting for you in this adventure. Are you ready? Comment the number 1 to join us and witness the most thrilling showdowns ever seen. John's team arrived at dawn fully equipped and determined to take down as many targets as possible to help restore balance to the piranha-infested forest. Upon reaching the site, they split up and moved to their pre-assigned positions. Minutes passed then. In the distance, a massive shadow silently glided through the trees. John immediately took aim. A single shot rang out clearly. The wild boar had no chance to escape. More gunshots echoed through the forest, signaling that the land was now a little safer. Not far away in Santa Catarina, another front was heating up by the minute. Nick's team moved silently through dense underbrush under the scorching sun where a beast could charge at any moment. The hound's barks echoed, guiding Nick as he tracked faint traces left behind. Suddenly, a massive wild boar with razor-sharp tusks burst from the bushes. Calmly, Nick raised his rifle and fired repeatedly. The boar staggered, then collapsed just meters away. A single moment of hesitation, and it might have been Nick lying there instead. Do you have the composure to face an encounter like that? Meanwhile, deep in the Paraguayan jungle, another silent pursuit was unfolding. Jackson and his hunting team were navigating one of South America's densest forests. Suddenly, a gunshot rang out nearby. His radio crackled to life. A wild boar was fleeing straight toward him. Then it appeared, charging like an arrow. Jackson stayed calm, aiming with precision. One shot was all it took. The boar didn't stand a chance against his barrel. More shots echoed through the forest. What impressed me most about Jackson wasn't just his composure, but his lightning-fast, deadly accurate reflexes. The forest isn't always the most dangerous place. Sometimes the real battlefield lies in the parched fields. In Uruguay, Henry and his team were tasked with stopping a herd of wild boars that had been ravaging the forest's edge for days. The team swiftly took cover behind bushes, waiting for their targets. The boars here were no easy prey. One misplaced sound could make them vanish without a trace. Before long, a wild boar appeared, slowly sniffing the air, searching for food. The hunter tracked its every move. Then a gunshot shattered the silence. Rapid shots followed and the boar collapsed into the tall grass, unable to resist. Another piece of land was reclaimed. Peace was restored, if only temporarily. Now to another front deep in Argentina where vast wheat fields border the forest. Guns and his team were ready for a fierce chase. Each member took their position, forming a barrier to ensure no wild boar could escape. Suddenly, a familiar dark shape flashed across Gun's line of sight. A jet-black boar charged like the wind. Wasting no time, Guns took aim and fired. Each shot tracked the beast's every step. And just like that, the destruction in the fields came to an end. As the sun climbs higher, the beasts grow bolder. They swarm the fields, tearing through crops, churning the soil with razor-sharp tusks and hooves. But today there's no room for destruction. With speed and firepower, we strike back hard, taking down the ferocious intruders before they vanish into the forest. Will today's daylight hunt be enough to end the nightmare for Canada's farmers? At high noon, the team moves without delay. We cross the parched ground, heading toward the vast fields of Canada. The team splits up, scanning for any sign of feral hogs. We tread through tall grass sunlight glaring down. There they are. A herd of wild hogs tears through the field at breakneck speed. I close the distance to give Alex a clear shot. Our coordination is seamless, like we've drilled it 100 times. The crack of gunfire echoes across the field. Every bullet finds its mark. The hogs drop one by one, their bodies scattered across the grass. The chase continues from the heart of the field to the forest's edge, no invader left standing. Meanwhile, the eastern side of the field is anything but quiet. John's team has locked onto another herd of feral hogs. The rustle of dry leaves startles them, sending the hogs scattering in panic. John moves with precision over the rough terrain, staying hot on their trail. Beside him, Kevin is primed for action. Gunshots ring out in the daylight, sharp and decisive. One by one, the hogs fall from closest to farthest. Not a single one escapes the pursuit, marking the end of yet another wild herd.
At. Abi çek voltu çek. Köpeği.
Feral hogs in Canada are no easy prey. They're cunning with sharp hearing and an uncanny sense of smell. We can't just charge in like usual. This time we switch up our approach. The team creeps silently to the field's edge, sunlight filtering through the brush, searching for signs of the enemy. But our rifles are loaded and we've cut off both their escape routes. The gunfire erupts fiercely. Muzzle flashes spark under the sun. The ambush is swift, and in a moment the threat is completely wiped out. Suddenly, a voice crackles over the radio. A large herd of feral hogs is ravaging a nearby field. Without hesitation, we regroup with the team. On arrival, everyone fans out to assign positions, swiftly surrounding the field. The first shot rings out and the herd scatters instantly. But what follows is a relentless barrage of gunfire, boxing the beasts into a dead end. One by one, they fall until the field is littered with their carcasses. In the distance, a herd of feral hogs moves slowly across the field. Gunshots echo from all corners, and finally the last hog is taken down. A signal comes from the grazing area. Another herd is attacking, tearing through everything in its path. Through our scopes, we spot the hogs brazenly ripping apart the grassland under the sun. Wasting no time, the team locks onto the target. Then the assault begins. From the heart of the field to the crop's edge, each hog is hunted down to the last. Another herd stopped in its tracks. The grassland is safe, at least for today. Every time the feral hogs come, our family's lush fields turn into a wasteland. Months of hard work vanish in an instant. And it's not just us, the whole village suffers from ruined harvests caused by these ferocious, increasingly cunning beasts. So when I heard a hunt was being organized, I couldn't sit still. I had to join.
Çok iyi.
That morning, our hunting team gathered at the foot of the mountain. Everyone was eager and ready for action. As we moved through the tall grasslands toward the slopes, I suddenly noticed something off. A familiar foul smell and faint sounds of movement in the distance. My instincts kicked in. I raised my rifle, and sure enough, a feral hog emerged from afar. I didn't hesitate pulling the trigger. The shot was clean, swift, and lethal. The hog dropped within seconds.
Rekol!
Just ahead, Devlin suddenly froze. His eyes widened clearly, spotting something off. And there it was, a dark shape charging straight at him with terrifying speed. Unfazed, Devlin fired without mercy. The burst of bullets dropped the feral hog instantly. It took us about 10 minutes to reach the mountain. Once there, my teammates quickly locked onto the hog's direction. I got into position steady and ready, waiting for the perfect moment. The hog burst out and I fired immediately. A few shots later, it staggered and collapsed to the ground. From a mountain ridge, I had a clear view of the area below. The dogs were still sniffing and barking at the base of the hill. Thanks to them, we quickly located the next target. My rifle locked onto a feral hog, and with a loud crack, the shot rang out. But this one wasn't going down easily. It took a few rounds to finally bring it down. A little to my left, Devlin spotted his own target, a smaller hog. At close range, Devlin dropped it cleanly with ease. When I saw the feral hog charging straight at Felix, I immediately radioed to get him ready. With our tight coordination and solid formation, the hog had no escape. I stood alone, patiently waiting as the dogs drove the hog toward me. The moment it burst from the bushes, a single shot rang out, hitting the target dead on. The chase ended there. With our numerical advantage and tight coordination, we quickly gained the upper hand. Gunshots echoed relentlessly through the forest, shattering the silence. In less than 10 minutes, several feral hogs were down, a thrilling and efficient hunt. On our way down the mountain, we encountered another herd. It happened so fast we had no choice but to act immediately. The number of hogs was staggering large, ferocious, and charging at us fearlessly. But with our hunting experience and honed skills, we dispatched them swiftly and cleanly. In the scorching summer heat, ferocious feral hogs rampage across the land, destroying crops, tearing up fields, and leaving farmers' hard work in ruins. With razor-sharp tusks and storm-like speed, they're ready to charge anyone who dares stand in their way. We grip our rifles, tracking the marks they leave on the parched ground. Want to join this feral hog hunt? If yes, leave the number 2. If not, leave the number 5. In the sweltering heat, ravenous feral hogs scour for food to satisfy their hunger. The team swiftly moves according to plan, ascending the dry, grassy hills. This time, we don't use hunting dogs to track. Instead, we rely on our readiness. No barking, just tense eyes tracking every movement. The hunt begins. I climb to the hilltop where I can better spot the hogs' traces. I carefully scan the dry bushes below where they often hide. I raise my rifle and fire, a perfect shot. The others panic, scattering quickly and fleeing deep into the forest. Following the hillside, we descend to the field. A herd of feral hogs is slowly advancing, seemingly returning from feeding in the fields. I quickly pick an ambush spot, raise my rifle, and wait for them to get closer. As the herd emerges from the bushes, I fire without hesitation. The bullet hits one, dropping it to the ground. The others scatter in panic, bolting into the forest at high speed. I hurriedly track their trail. Running through bushes and climbing a steep mound is exhausting, but I find no trace as the dust has covered their tracks. The hills are vast and the feral hogs are many. All we have is our will and the rifles in our hands to face these beasts. Look there. My eyes lock onto its every move. I quickly pull the trigger. One precise shot. The target collapses. Meanwhile, on another hillside, Kevin is tracking a trail. He struggles from the dusty base of the hill up to a rocky slope above, but finds no sign of the beast. Suddenly, a panicked feral hog charges right through his line of sight. Think it'll escape? Kevin doesn't let that happen. He cuts off every chance for the fat hog to flee. It tumbles a few times before collapsing beside a brittle dry bush. The summer heat grows more intense. We need to quickly deal with the remaining feral hogs. Pushing into the dense bushes, a perfect hiding spot for our prey, far from the sound of gunfire, I suddenly spot a shadow lurking within. I raise my rifle, aiming carefully. The hog seems to sense danger and bolts at high speed, but a gunshot rings out, cutting off its escape. Another victory is marked in the final hunt of the day. Near the town of Drew in northwest Uri-Tilweer province, the annual 4A hunting event kicks off with fervor in July and August. It's when hunters like us are permitted to target invasive feral hogs to control their growing numbers. Join us now for this thrilling hunting adventure. As soon as we released the hounds and fired the opening shot, a large herd of wild boars charged across the path ahead. It was a prime target our hunting team couldn't afford to miss. We quickly split up and set up ambushes at different points, knowing the boars would soon scatter when they sensed danger. As expected, a few broke from the herd and barreled toward us. But despite our efforts to shoot quickly, we missed our chance and they escaped into the forest.
Çok güzel. Şöyle gel Selam, şuradan şöyle bir al.
Quickly chasing the escaped boar, I quietly hid behind a tree and waited patiently. The moment it reappeared, I didn't hesitate and pulled the trigger immediately. My target was the lead boar, but unfortunately the shot missed and it vanished back into the forest. The missed shot didn't discourage me. I quickly gave chase and with my teammates set up an ambush. There it was, the wild boar. Finally, after all our efforts, luck smiled on us. With a single shot, the boar dropped instantly and rolled down the slope. Just seconds later, another gunshot rang out. My friend had taken down another massive boar, a proud victory and a testament to our never-give-up spirit. The dry leaves on the ground rustled with every movement of the wild boars betraying their presence. We quickly pinpointed our target. As the noise grew louder, we knew it was time to open fire. Though the wounded boar stubbornly kept running, we knew it would soon tire and collapse. Elsewhere in the forest, John spotted a group of tempting targets. As they charged past him, he didn't hesitate and fired immediately. Caught in a hail of bullets, one boar couldn't dodge, took a hit and fell in the wild forest. The strongest and largest wild boars were always our top targets. With their destructive power and rapid reproduction, they posed a threat we couldn't ignore. That's why our entire team stayed determined, relentlessly pursuing and taking them down to protect the ecosystem's balance here. Through the layers of camouflage, I spotted a boar moving, but this cunning creature was sharp. Always alert, it seemed to catch our scent and instantly sped up. I didn't miss my chance firing without hesitation. After a rapid burst of shots, the boar was finally brought down. The sky grew overcast and a few hot gusts of wind swept through, so we decided to pack up and head back. Suddenly, a signal came from the vehicle ahead. Our teammates had spotted a herd of wild boars about to cross the road. Without hesitation, we jumped out of the truck. 2 shots rang out, and to our surprise, both hit their marks. The team couldn't hide their excitement, proud of the brilliant success of today's hunt. Thank you for watching this video to the end. Please support us with a like and follow. Goodbye and see you in the next videos. The Flinders Ranges in South Australia are renowned for their dramatic landscapes and rugged cliffs, home to a population of kangaroos uniquely adapted to the harsh environment. The male kangaroos in this region live by a single rule: survival demands combat. Their lives are shaped by fierce battles for dominance where only the strongest and most agile secure the top spot in the social hierarchy. Leave a comment with number 1 to explore how to manage this invasive species. These fierce battles often last for hours, with low blows being part of the fight for dominance. The victor gains access to mates and passes on their genes to the next generation. What makes kangaroo fights remarkable is their raw physical power. Standing up to 6.5 feet tall and boasting solid muscles, an adult male kangaroo is a formidable opponent. Their powerful hind legs deliver forceful kicks, while sharp claws and sturdy forearms enable them to grapple with rivals. Their strength rebounds after the harsh South Australian dry season, preparing both males and females for the breeding cycle. But danger always lurks in the wild. A pack of hungry dingoes emerges. Their usual prey is the weakest kangaroos, but with a large pack, they set their sights on a bigger target, a powerful male kangaroo. Its survival hinges on speed and agility. Instead of jumping faster, it lengthens its stride, sometimes covering 20 feet in a single bound. At 12 miles per hour, it moves efficiently, while the dingo pack must exert twice the effort to keep up. At 30 miles per hour, escaping these agile predators becomes much harder. However, as kangaroo populations have grown over the years, and the Australian government built a highway through remote parts of South Australia, human-wildlife conflicts have increased. The Australian government implemented a strategy of constructing fences to control kangaroo movement. These fences stretch for dozens of miles to protect road users. Do you think this method is effective? If yes, leave a comment with number 2. If no, leave number 5. However, as kangaroos gather along the fences, a new issue arises. When fencing fails to fully resolve the problem, another question emerges. Is culling the only solution to restore order and ensure safety for both humans and wildlife? With the kangaroo population growing, the fences, once seen as an optimal solution, begin to buckle under the 150-pound weight of these powerful creatures, easily breaching the flimsy barriers. To prepare for safe culling, hunters must visit licensed gun shops in South Australia. These shops provide rifle scopes, ammunition, and the necessary hunting permits. With around 300 licensed shops nationwide, obtaining a permit is a rigorous process. Each permit restricts hunters to a maximum of 15 kangaroos in designated areas. Hunters are confined to specific zones to ensure sustainable wildlife management. Each hunting training session is a rigorous experience limited to 12 hunters per session to ensure focus. Training in South Australia and Queensland lasts from 1 to 2 weeks. Aimed at population control, about 1 million kangaroos are permitted to be culled annually, a small fraction of the total population. Hunters learn about kangaroo behaviors such as their ability to detect danger from 300 feet and their swift movements. In practice, they shoot at targets from 100, 150, and 200 yards to simulate the accuracy required. Preparing for a nighttime kangaroo hunt in remote South Australia requires patience and precision to curb their invasive impact. Kangaroos are most active in the early morning, but nighttime offers hunters the best opportunity. The quickest way to locate kangaroos is near water sources or open grasslands where they graze under cover of darkness. A typical hunt takes down 8 to 12 kangaroos each, weighing 80 to 150 pounds, adhering to quotas and ecological balance. Additionally, winter in South Australia is the peak hunting season when vegetation is sparser, making kangaroos easier to spot. Regulations limit hunting to 3 hours per night to minimize disturbance to other wildlife. Hunters maintain a distance of 100 to 150 yards to avoid kicks from kangaroo hind legs, which can deliver up to 600 pounds of force, enough to cause serious injury. They use advanced scopes and thermal imaging to detect kangaroos from 250 yards, paired with high-powered flashlights illuminating up to 200 yards.
You got him, right?
Yep.
Wow.
After a successful hunt, kangaroo meat is carefully processed on-site and transported to ensure quality. Kangaroo meat is prized for its lean protein and is popular in Australia and for export. Hunters sell the meat to licensed processors, fetching $1.5 to $3 per pound depending on quality and demand. Many Australians value kangaroo meat for its sustainability and unique flavor. Though tightly regulated to maintain ecological balance, hunting is conducted with high responsibility. Is hunting the best solution for Australia's environmental challenges, or should alternative methods be adopted? Let us know what you think about the measures the Australian government has implemented. Comment with number 1 if you agree with these methods. Thank you for reading this post. These approaches have been effective in controlling some invasive species. Thank you for watching this video to the end. Please support us with a like and follow. Goodbye, and see you in the next videos. Zebras, the iconic animals of Kenya's Masai Mara savanna, belong to the horse family and have existed on Earth for millions of years. Their evolutionary history began about 4.5 million years ago, when their earliest ancestors appeared and gradually evolved into their current form. Their standout feature is the unique black and white striped coat, which provides effective camouflage in the wild and reduces the risk of detection by predators. Leave your comment as number 1, and let's explore more fascinating facts together. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for the latest updates. Zebras with their distinctive black and white stripes live in herds across the Masai Mara savanna, displaying remarkable coordination to counter threats from predators like lions or hyenas. Their dynamic, agile nature and flexible communication through sounds and gestures enable zebras not only to survive, but also to assert their place in the ecosystem. The powerful synchronized galloping of a zebra herd creates a majestic spectacle, a testament to the latent strength and wild beauty of nature. However, by 2025, the increasing zebra population in the Masai Mara has led to new challenges. Due to shrinking habitats and scarce food resources, zebra herds have started encroaching into nearby urban areas. Their presence in towns not only disrupts daily life, but also causes numerous issues. Zebras frequently cross roads, obstructing traffic, damaging crops, and even causing serious traffic accidents. Local residents face significant challenges in protecting their property and ensuring safety, while authorities must find ways to balance wildlife conservation with urban management. Solutions such as building fences, creating ecological corridors, or relocating zebras are being considered, but they require close cooperation between communities, authorities, and conservation organizations. Not only do zebras disrupt urban areas, but they also pose a serious threat to agriculture in the suburbs of the Masai Mara. They frequently invade farmlands, damaging crops and competing with livestock for food resources. These damages not only reduce agricultural yields, but also cause significant economic losses, directly impacting the livelihoods of local residents. Consequently, controlling the zebra population has become an urgent task to protect agricultural production and maintain stability in rural areas. To mitigate the damage caused by zebras to agriculture and urban environments in the Masai Mara, a feasible solution is to relocate them to professionally managed reserves or zoos. This approach not only helps control the zebra population in a safe environment, but also reduces conflicts between humans and wildlife. Reserves designed to mimic their natural habitat will ensure zebras have ample space to roam and maintain their herd behavior, while also protecting them from threats like poaching or habitat loss. Meanwhile, zoos offer opportunities for the public, especially children and tourists, to learn about the biological characteristics, social behaviors, and critical role of zebras in the savanna ecosystem. Educational programs at zoos can include interactive exhibits, expert-guided tours, and hands-on activities, thereby raising community awareness about wildlife conservation. Zoos in Kenya can create suitable artificial habitats to ensure natural development conditions for zebras, promoting their healthy growth and reducing the risk of encroachment into residential areas. Through educational and communication programs, the public will gain a deeper understanding of zebras' role in the ecosystem and the importance of biodiversity conservation. Community consensus will provide a strong foundation for long-term and sustainable conservation efforts for this species. However, controlled hunting is also considered a quick measure to manage the zebra population in the short term. Many areas in Kenya have permitted hunters to carry out this activity to reduce the damage caused by zebras to urban areas and agriculture. Controlled hunting not only helps limit zebras' encroachment into human habitats, but is also seen as a sustainable approach to protect the environment and stabilize livelihoods for local people. What do you think about this solution? If you agree, leave comment number 2. If you disagree, leave number 5. Before taking action, hunters thoroughly check their equipment from rifles to supporting tools to ensure everything is ready. Once conditions are secured, they will execute a precise shot targeting vital weak points to bring down the zebra quickly and humanely, minimizing the animal's suffering as much as possible.
Okay, stand still. That back one's gonna stick.
To maintain ecological balance in the Masai Mara, hunters must strictly adhere to post-hunting management procedures. First, they need to submit detailed reports on the hunting outcomes, including the number, sex, and age of the zebras hunted to the Wildlife Management Authority. These reports enable the authority to closely monitor the zebra population, assess the impact of hunting on the ecosystem, and adjust conservation policies as needed. Limiting the number of animals hunted based on permitted quotas is a key factor in preventing excessive population decline, ensuring zebras continue to play a vital role in the food chain and maintain biodiversity. Additionally, hunters must comply with the regulations on handling animal carcasses to avoid environmental pollution or attracting other predators which could disrupt the ecosystem. Training programs on sustainable hunting are also encouraged to raise hunters' awareness of their social responsibilities. They are not merely resource exploiters but also partners in protecting the natural environment. Collaboration with local communities and international conservation organizations will ensure that hunting activities not only meet economic needs but also contribute to preserving the wild beauty of the Masai Mara. Additionally, hunters should participate in conservation and community education programs about the importance of protecting the zebra habitat in the Masai Mara. This helps raise awareness of the need to maintain a healthy zebra population while reducing human-wildlife conflict. Thank you for watching this content. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated with future content.